Many people think that invention is just about intelligence and effort, but the deeper truth is that most of the world's greatest inventors were highly spiritual. Charles Babbage, an English polymath who originated the concept of a digital programmable computer, believed so much in the supernatural that he tried to summon the devil. He was a deeply religious individual who viewed God as the ultimate programmer, and he saw his inventions as a reflection of God's creative power. Michael Faraday, an English chemist and physicist who contributed to the study of electrochemistry and electromagnetism, was a committed Christian who saw his scientific work as a natural extension of his religious values, and he viewed the universe as a divinely ordained natural order. Nikola Tesla had a strong interest in spirituality. He attributed his mental power to a supreme intelligence, and he believed that there is a life force that flows through all things. Inventors weren't just thinkers. They were spiritual seekers who looked beyond the surface of reality and felt deeply connected to a higher intelligence. For them, science was not separate from spirituality. It was a language through which the unseen could be revealed. You can't invent something as extraordinary as the computer or the telephone from the normal state of mind. Extraordinary inventions flow from an expanded awareness or a higher state of consciousness in which the ordinary mind gives way to the infinite mind. They arise when one accesses knowledge in higher planes of reality and brings it into the physical realm. This explains why so many extraordinary inventions feel ahead of their time. They were received from a higher dimension of thought beyond the limits of logic. It is also likely that most inventors had their third eye chakras awakened, either consciously or unconsciously, through spiritual practice. When the third eye chakra is awakened, an individual begins to see beyond the physical, and they gain the ability to see patterns and connections that the ordinary mind misses, resulting in extraordinary ideas. Anyway, the practice of celibacy among many inventors also exposes how spiritual they were. It seems that they believed the ancient teaching that sexual energy, when preserved and accumulated, heightens one's state of consciousness and enables access to divine intelligence. Therefore, don't believe the lie that great inventions are only about IQ. That's a distraction because they occur as a result of rising above ordinary thought into an altered state of consciousness. This is why many inventors who weren't spiritually grounded turned to psychedelics or other mind-altering substances. They knew that true innovation requires a shift in consciousness, and they used psychedelics to break through the barriers of ordinary perception and access an altered state of consciousness. Therefore, the path to true innovation is not paved with facts alone, but with a perception beyond the five senses. It's not just about an extreme focus on solving problems. It's about accessing realities that others can't. The inventors who reshaped the world didn't just think deeply. They translated visions from higher realms untouched by ordinary thought. Extraordinary inventions are not only a product of mental effort, they're a consequence of expanded consciousness. Because when consciousness expands, we step into the role of co-creators as we access the source from which everything was created.